Not my usual habitat this, but I'm after a certain lady tonight, and it's a lady I feature regularly on this channel, and believe it or not, even in this habitat, it's a glowworm that I'm after. A couple of years ago, about 20 yards from the pub and the associated garages and traffic island and traffic and restaurants and everything you could throw at a glowworm, one was still glowing. And I've come back a couple of years later to walk alongside said road to see whether any females are out and indeed still occupying such habitat. Won't all be as bright as this behind me. It gets darker the further along I go. It'd be quite amazing to find a female glowworm glowing just a yard or two from traffic, but a walk is needed in order to find such female glowworm, and hopefully one will be out. And if you're wondering where I am, this is the traffic island at Sherwood Heath, and Ollerton is just at the back there, and I'm at the side of the A614, and that's the oldest pub. Not that I'm going in it as much as I'd like to. I'm not. Needs must, and glowworms come first. Well, this is the start of our little adventure this evening. Very different from a start at Clipson Old Quarter. There's a few more cars, for instance, but you can see the kind of light pollution that glowworms are having to put up with here. I'm not convinced on light pollution being too great an effect on glowworms, contrary to what most people say. I don't expect to find any glowworms here, but I will be walking round to the right into where it's at least a little bit darker, but there'll still be quite a bit of traffic. Well, that's the direction I'm heading. This is the Mansfield Road that goes towards Edwinstowe from Ollerton, and the A614 just behind me. There are no street lights until we get to Edwinstowe, so at least it does get dark, but glowworms still face a big problem with the habitat being right up literally to the roadside. And because the road is blocked further towards Mansfield, there shouldn't be so much traffic going in the direction I'm going. But although it's a cool night, it is cloudy, and so I've taken advantage of the conditions to have a walk along this edge, see if we can locate a female. And you can see where that green light is being reflected off the road sign on the other side of the road. Just 5 yards beyond that, a female glowworm was present and glowing well a couple of years ago. So we'll have a walk and head away from this cacophony of noise and light pollution into where it's a little bit more quiet. Hopefully we can find a female glowworm glowing right at the side of this road. I've not gone too far as yet, but I'm starting to get to where it's dark now till a car comes round. We've got the standard sort of metre wide pavement at the side of this road on one side of the road. I think glowworms are on the other side of the road. It's a bit more overgrown there and drops down into farmers' fields. It's inaccessible, that's the problem, but I think they're almost certainly there, as they are here on this side of the road alongside Sherwood Heath. I covered Sherwood Heath about a week ago, found no glowworms on there, but there should be some out now. I'm just hoping that one's out along here. it would be nice to find one, but this is a bit hit and miss. It's early in the season, and so we might still be too early for females to be out here. So on we go. Might be quite unusual, this shot. You might think there's something wrong with the camera lens, but what you're looking at here are the new street lights just outside the village of Edwinstowe, and those street lights where the new builds are being reflected on one of two large solar farms that have been built just outside Edwinstowe too. These used to be arable fields, and where the lights are marks the entrance to what was Thorsby Colliery. And we've just come down towards, well, it's the sewage works actually, and the river runs through Edwinstowe and then runs through down to and through Ollerton. Of course, now that the fields are not being used for the production of crops, there's a lot of grassland being created here, and so I'm just going to have a walk down and see quickly just whether glowworms are here. They would be new here, but we're still only a relative stone's throw from Sherwood Heath. It's only across the road from Sherwood Heath, so there's a chance that glowworms could be here. It's always worth a look. I did have a look a couple of years ago when I recorded the females where I've been walking alongside Sherwood Heath, so we'll see, but chances are we're not going to find any. And that's one thing I like to also show on these videos. It's not always about being 100% successful every video. There are many times I go to shoot a video hoping to find what I'm looking for and don't find it. Well, I'm back on the roadside now. I'm just starting to walk back to the car, and then what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to have a quick walk around Sherwood Heath. No sign of any glowworms, perhaps not surprisingly, around the solar farm and the sewage works there. Hopefully we might pick one up along here on the way back. That would be just fabulous, but the thing is, there's so few people looking for glowworms, we don't know where we are in the season. I'm gauging that it's still too early and very early, and we're nowhere near peak numbers yet, but it's a poor year for many insects at the moment. Could be the same for glowworms. The only thing you can do is keep coming out and keep looking for them. Well, I've got one, but it's deep down in the grass. You might well just have caught the light of it. There. She's really well down. I just crossed the road actually to look round the lay-by. Came back across, and to my amazement, she was here. We'll see if I can get nearer so we can have a look at her. You get some strange reactions when you're doing this kind of thing, when you're knelt on the pavement at the side of the road, delving into the undergrowth. Cars tend to slow down, as several have done already, but I'm absolutely stunned to find this female. There was no sign of her on the way up, but she is well down. She is at ground level. I'll see if I can get some video footage of her where she's lit up, but she's facing away from us, so the abdomen is curled round and facing us. She's in that typical sort of U shape that glowing females go in. As another car comes past, but we'll have a look at this little lady. Oh, she's there in the centre of the screen as another car comes past. Lots of woodlice around her. Another car that slows. If I just take the light away a little bit, there you can see, and you can get to see her glow. which is right down on the ground. I'm just so pleased to find her. Wonderful. Just checking with the UV light, just to see whether there's any difference. She's well tucked in. Just seeing this one in the location that she is just makes me excited to find them. This is what these beetles do. I tend to forget that they're beetles, but they are. Fabulous. There's cars going by within a couple of feet of me. And we'll carry on. It's fabulous to think, you know. I say, it really gives me a buzz to think we have a female glowworm glowing there. Right at the side of a main road. Marvellous, isn't it? Well, as you can see, now back at the start of this video. The traffic still continues to whiz around this island. The lights still lighting everything up. A great deal of light pollution here. No other glowworms found on that side of the road, so I'm going to walk on to Sherwood Heath. It's a reasonably dark sky, but it suffers from light pollution from what you can see on the screen here. But hopefully we might pick up another couple of female glowworms. The breeze has dropped now and it's quite pleasant, to be honest. I think the temperature will still be above 10 centigrade, but it will drop cooler as the night goes on, so we'll see if we can locate another couple before we go home. Well, that's it. I suppose another unusual end to an unusual video. One female glowworm on Sherwood Heath and pretty much near where I started off from. Long walk round looking at nothing, although I did flush a nightjar that was on the floor and then did that playing dead and I'm injured thing before flying off. Just looking at these lights. Worrying, those lights. Here we are, almost a week into June. Not a moth or an insect flying around them. This, for many insects, despite being really good for some insects, is a bit of a strange one and a poor one for many insects. There's nothing here under this light, and that's worrying.